Welcome to Moonbase 2.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. My name is Andy, Corporate Commander TFW, and I'm joined this week by the card captor himself. It's Mikey G. Wolf V3. Hello, Mikey.
All I remember about Sakura is there were monsters and lesbians.
See, all I remember
and I was too young to realize that those were uncomfortably aged lesbians.
See, all I knew about card captor, all I remember at least, is it was a girl who had a magic wand who had a little bear with wings.
Yeah!
That was
it looked...
Was it a bear?
I remember him because he looked like the aliens from Excel Saga.
Oh, yeah.
The little alien monster bear thing that that everyone was just like, they're so cuddly, and Excel was just like, kill it.
Was it a bear or was it a lion? Because it was coloured like a lion. It was yellow coloured, but
it looked like a teddy.
It kind of, but then
with
it
little
had
angel wings.
It's weird.
Well, yeah, because wings would make it more lion-like.
Well, in my world they do.
Wings typically make things more lion-esque. We all know this.
Ligers.
Andy, real ligers don't do that, and they don't have blades coming out of their shoulders.
Real
either.
ligers.
And they need to. Do you know what's weird?
Yes.
One of the best set of liger designs was in a show no one watched.
Okay.
Which was Genesis.
Evangelion.
Yeah.
We're here
Watch
to talk
Jobby
about...
Watch Jobby DeHong's 4th anniversary video.
I did.
If you want to see Evangelion done better.
Low bar though, but I know what you mean.
But wow, can I just say, I usually wouldn't push this kind of stuff, but whether you're watching them or not, check it out. I have never seen a toy review like this in my life. It's
interesting. I did kind of lose a bit of interest around the three quarters of the way through kind of mark. I
just was held on by the creativity of it.
I mean, it was visually interesting, but I wasn't held to it by its I guess it's narrative, whatever that means in the context of a YouTube
Oh God,
review.
that's why I said it was Evangelion, because the narrative makes no sense.
Yeah.
The narrative is vaguely, I'm killing the semi-character that I introduced over the years, and also deep emotional trauma, because did he kill Jobby the Song at the end? Because I know he didn't kill Drawby, because I think he had that moment of just we'll let one live. But
it's quite popular on the channel, so I need to keep him going.
No, it seems to be it's quite popular on the channel, so I need to murder it. But no, it's where I really think it's worth checking out. I've seriously never seen a toy review like that before.
Mm-hmm. It was interesting.
Still don't want the toy.
No,
because I'm not crazy about the movie.
No, whatever. But we're here to talk about Transformers this week, Mr. Mikey, and we're kicking off with TFcon USA 2018.
Usa.
We got a load of panels and pictures from the third-party panel, but not
180.
180, you say?
Yes, in about 46 to 50 minutes.
Right, so I think what the best thing to do is I'm just going to read off all the names, and then Mr. Mikey, because you have big brain, that's why we call you Big Brain Mikey, that's why you have a DR in the front of your fucking name.
I thought you were making fun of me for my hat size.
I mean, I'm making fun of you for lots of reasons, not just your hat size.
Why my hat size?
It's far too big. It's far too big. You're monstrous.
We tried to buy you a Stetson. It got ridiculous.
We're concerned.
Quite frankly.
We're concerned. We've got one of those skull measuring devices.
It's just, you look like an android.
Especially the eyes, the horrible, horrible eyes.
Those are eyes that have killed.
So I'm going to read through the list, and hopefully Mikey will be able to let me know, and let you know, the listener, what is new and what is not, and then we can talk about those things as we go. Well, once I've done the list at least. So, Cold Constructs, which I'm 93.7% minus 12 accurate, that we haven't talked about any of their stuff. Yes?
No, this is a first.
Yay!
This got me off guard, this one did.
Okay, so we'll wait to go through the entire list before talking about their stuff, but they had the CC 01 to 04 from Satchel, which was Cybertron Scattershot, We don't have the names of any of the other ones, but the 2 to 4 are going to be Hotshot, again from Cybertron, Overhaul, and Jetfire, all from Cybertron. The entire Cybertron line.
Yes.
At least 4 of them. So the entire
Yes.
line. Next up is Fans Hobby with the MB-08 Double Evil, which is G1 Overlord, who we've talked about before.
Yes, this is... I think it's like we get to see a few more details, but...
Okay.
That's it.
Not a lot, yeah. No point.
Not a lot.
Fex System Overview, which is a display stand. All right.
I'd remember this if we talked about it before.
Yeah. But we'll, like I say, we'll discuss these things once we get there. 160... 1:60 Owl System Armor. Is that 60th scale?
I believe that is the 1/60th scale, yes.
Okay, right. I'm just cleaning that up.
Considering what it's intended for.
3A Bumblebee movie, Bumblebee. That's good. DLX Scale Series. Gigapower showed off the Gigasaurus Grandenter. Okay. I was waiting for a correction there, but that's fine.
My god. Gaudenter? Gaudenter. I'd call it Gaudenter.
I'll go with that. That sounds good. The HQ-05 Masterpiece Scaled G1 Swoop. You can kind of guess what that is. Magic Square. We've got Legend Scale G1 Artfire, which is obviously a redeco of the MBS-02 Fire Extinguisher, which was Inferno, if you couldn't figure that out. We've got the MS-B17, which is the Stereo Master, which is a Legend Scale Blaster. Surprising.
You rhymed.
Yes. MSB09, which is the Guide.
This is a weird name choice.
It is, a little bit. But it's a Trailbreaker, a Legend Scale once again. Iron Factory showed off stuff that we'd seen before, which was the IF-28 Rush Beat, which is their jazz, and the IF-24 Hex, which is their Legend Scales Ruination, basically. It's all those guys. I know we've talked about those before. So we're done.
And the case, we did see colored prototypes of Tarn, Kaon, and Voss. And I know that because I remember Kaon and Voss because one's a gun and one's an electric chair.
Oh, fair enough. See, I feel that probably because we've talked about them before, but I feel like we've already talked about colored versions in a weird way.
We haven't. I can tell you that much.
Strange.
But it's just basically, it's hey, they look like Kaon and Voss and Tarn.
Oh, that's a plus. That's good.
And they had the prototypes for Tesserus and Helix behind them.
Yeah, fair play.
I still don't know which is which.
Nah, they're big boys. Big boys. Planet X showed off guys that we know about already and have talked about before, which is Wolf, Cybertron, Ratchet, and Ironhide. Ironhide being Mars and Ratchet being Velios. Veliovis? Whatever. And Deathsaurus. I'm not even going to
lot more detail on Deathsaurus.
Yes, since he was a proper big boy in a case, display case, and all those pictures and whatnot.
Yeah.
We've
got gimmick stuff going on.
Is that Wei Zhang? I don't think that's Wei Zhang.
I think Zhang Xing, but I don't know, because I think they might be connected to Wei Zhang, but I'm not 100% sure.
I'm sure they are, but maybe in a less...
Are we being racist? Is this because they're a Chinese company using the Zhang bit?
See, I'm sure that we've talked about this before, and there was some connections to the company, but I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. Maybe this is just a guess because I have no idea. Maybe this is their original idea stuff versus the Wei Zhang stuff, which is their just
this is
stuff.
Maybe, but yeah, this is new mold stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Which is the JX. I'm sure we've talked about this as well. Metal Beast 01 Transmetal 2 Megatron and more stuff. Rising Force, which is the RF-01 Creep, which isn't me, believe it or not. It's the Masterpiece Scale Drag Strip. Mastermind Creation showed off the reformatted R35 Magnum and R36 Skylinks. It's just the Skylinks. I can't be bothered with his name. It's stupid. Zeph reformatted, which is again Deathsaurus.
Yes, a bit more detail, but same guy.
Yep. Ocular Max. What's that?
Just the IDW version, not the other, not the classic version. As well.
Right.
Yeah.
Ocular Max showed off the PS13 to 16, and it goes in. Well, it's Bruticus. It's Bruticus. Yes. It's Vortex, Onslaught, Swindle, Blast,
in fact,
Roll.
I'd swear these are the slides they used before.
Yeah, because we saw them transform at the other show.
Yeah,
the transforming slides. I mean, So I think we've talked about that. There's the PS 045, which is a black repaint of their G1RC. And do you have any idea what this is meant to be referencing? She's got a weird, creepy face.
They say stealth, so I'm assuming... One, I assume the weird, creepy face is representing the Glasgow smile of Spotlight RC. And the stealth paint, I'm guessing, is based off the Combiner Hunter stealth paintwork she had.
I guess,
that
but it's
showed up a few times in Not Alrighty.
I guess, but it didn't... I mean, to me, from the look of it, it didn't have that aesthetic completely. I mean, it was black, but it didn't have any of the other like pink highlights or anything like that.
It did. It did.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll need to have another one.
The slasher smile is new,
right?
But again, I think that's a direct reference to Spotlight RC.
And the last ones, which were fans' toys, they showed off FT41, Warpath. Well, I'll just go through. I won't bother with the names. Warpath, Silverbolt, Skydive, Blur, Brawn, Beachcomber, and their Motormaster. That was all of their slides, though.
Don't know if we've seen the combiners before.
Some of them we might have. The problem is, again, with combiners, they all kind of mush together in my gross brain matter.
I think we've seen Warpaths.
Okay, Mikey. Which ones have we... Should we start with the Cold Construct? Because I know we haven't talked about them.
It seems like the wisest.
Yeah, and Satchel. Satchel being backpack. What do you think of Satchel, Mikey?
I was surprised. Like, he is on feckin' model to use the vernacular.
I guess for better or worse, potentially.
Yeah, he does have those weird legs.
Yes.
And he does have those weird... But, like, he is the cartoon model, so he moves as that does, but it looks like he's got some enhanced, like, leg movement as well. But, like, if you're going to do Scattershot, this is not the version of him I would use. I would do the version with the giant cannons on his arms.
Yes.
And the Macross missile spam.
No, yes, yeah.
Not the one that, has the built-in push missiles.
Yeah, but if you do that version of him, then why not just do Flak instead? The best version of him?
What about Droop Shoot?
I mean, that was... Yeah, okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah. But I think this looks pretty solid for what it is. Like, I'm liking this move into some Unicron trilogy stuff. And I'm especially liking moving into the Cybertron ones because I think Cybertron probably had the best designs of the Unicron trilogy. Just because their gimmick was relatively less intrusive than some of the other ones. I say relatively.
It depends on which figure.
But yeah, and he comes with a power key to unlock flip out missile backpack. It's just like, okay, it works. I might have done away with that if I'm honest. But no, I actually think this guy's looking solid for what they're aiming for.
Okay.
What are your thoughts, Andy?
It's the exact same toy, but with articulation or better articulation. So it's this weird thing of, how we always complain about, or you specifically complain about, it's the G1 toy, but with articulation.
Yeah.
I feel that this is the exact same thing, just further down from the line. And people being a bit more accepting of it because it is the first time anyone's kind of stepped into the ring of the Unicron trilogy, especially Cybertron, as far as I can tell. And
did the Make Toy... was it Make Toys? Yeah, Make Toys did Howling Meteor.
Oh, that's right, yeah. The
Star Galaxy Meteor, sorry.
Yeah, this is the second time anyone's stepped into the ring. So, I mean, it does improve on Backpack. I can't remember what his US name. Is that what he was called in the US? I still prefer Backpack. Because that toy had no fucking knees. He could barely do anything. So this is an improvement, and I can see that there will probably be a market for this for the people that like the Unicron trilogy stuff. This is like hey, do you remember this toy that was kind of Well, here it is, but much better. Because it looks like his feet aren't complete Garbo as well, which again is a big help. Because again, the original toy had Garbo feet.
I'd maybe question the character choice, to be honest.
It's not one that I would start off a line with. It doesn't seem like oh shit, this is gonna sell this idea to people.
Yeah, it's just there's a lot of guys in that show, and most of them were just, background cannon fodder. Maybe start with, like, I'd honestly have started with a Hotshot.
Not Psydos, the Rhino.
No, not the Rhino, or whatever Hotshot was called in them.
What about Terror Dive, the Pterosaur? Pterodactyl.
Until you said his name there, I completely forgot he existed. So that probably.
Yeah.
If you're going down that route, do Flame Convoy.
Yeah. A good flame convoy that could actually articulate would be lovely.
And not fall over.
Yeah. He had like his ankle
liked giving him
terrible.
Yeah, I liked giving him his axe and then just waiting.
Mm-hmm.
Because his axe was the size of God.
The most annoying thing about it was because the detail on the tail part, there were little circular points in, and that for a third party they could go, that's a joint, that's a joint, that's a joint, that's a joint, and then have a movable tail. With the original version, it's just there's one clicky joint like midway up the tail.
Which did nothing.
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure. It's meant to be a faux tail effect, I guess, but it just.
I used to use it in robot mode for he'd have his arm at the side, and he'd just I can still point my axe blade at you.
Yeah, because he had gorilla arms, didn't he?
Oh
yeah. So yeah, interesting. They have a little thing here to say that it's injection molded color plastic. It's painted to look like the computer renders. It's fully transformable. It's not an Action Master, that's good. 6-inch robot mode, not counting not including the missiles on his back, so he is a decent amount bigger than the original Scout size figure.
Yeah.
That's interesting. About 4 1/4 inches wide. Okay.
Tubs.
Yep, little chunky monkey. Comes with the power key to unlock the flip-out missile rack. Fully posable with over 40 points of articulation. Tentative first quarter release of 2019. Pre-order at coleconstructs.store. I didn't know you could end with a .store. That's new.
Apparently you can.
Yeah. The other images of the three we mentioned are just kind of... We can't really talk about them. They're silhouettes, so,
There is a Jetfire and Hotshot, I get.
Mm-hmm.
Overhaul.
Which one's Overhaul? Is he the one that turned into Liger Jack?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's him and him.
Backstop, whatever his name is.
Him and Backpack are the two that I look at and I go now there's probably the most you can fix with those because they were garbage.
Mm.
But again,
but why though?
Yeah.
Who even remembers that Liger Jack was a guy before he was a weird lion thing?
No. Before he was an accessory to Prime.
For a week and a half before the jet guy showed up.
Yes.
But no one. I was looking at this and I was staring at it for ages, just I can't think for the life of me who this is supposed to be. And then I realized those were those weird fake claws he had.
That's right.
And then it was just oh god, it's a guy who turned into Blackjack. That was the name. He turned into the lion arm thing.
Yeah.
Which raises the question: why wouldn't you just do the lion arm thing?
Yeah,
that would be the choice I would make here, and because he's got lots of repaints as well. You can do you can do Nemesis Breaker, whatever. I don't know.
Dark Liger Jack.
Dark Liger Jack. You can do Razor Claw. You can do Leo Convoy. You can do Leo Prime, who's the red one.
You could do the BotCon version, which was Alpha Trion, right?
No, Razor Claw was Alpha Trion.
I'm sure they did an Alpha Trion version
Alpha
of it
Trion was...
They might not have.
No, Alpha Trizer was the pirate from Prime.
That might be
Pirate
where I'm getting confused. Maybe.
That's a great toy. Love that Pirate Lion.
Apart from the shitty weapons they came with.
But he was still a Yar.
Garbage weapons. I'm guessing maybe the reason they haven't done Liger Jack is maybe to do a Prime first and then do the arm for it. And maybe one nice thing is they haven't just started off with Prime because he's a big seller and Megatron's a big seller because although Megatron's toy was not as good as Prime, it was still a pretty interesting figure. Though it had a much better recolor as Galvatron.
Yes,
to be fair, even though that was much more Megatron colors they'd given him. Neither here nor there. There we go. Some interesting stuff. I look forward to seeing what they do in the future. A noise maze will be quite nice to see, even though that was a decent toy, I think.
If we do Soundwave, can he come with a microphone, please?
Oh god, I forgot he had a micro. That was the
I
thing.
like that toy design as well.
It's not bad.
I'd like a more stable version of it.
I don't think it was fun to transform, though.
No, but again, this is where I'd like to see the engineering improvements involved in something like this.
Yeah.
Because, the design I always dug.
Yeah.
and his little bomb laser beak, which seemed very mean.
It's fine. We have more of laser beaks.
We have a laser beak. Well, what are we doing with him these days? He's a shield.
Yep. Yeah, exactly, So, at least when he felt pain, it was over quickly for him. Rather than the shield that he is now, constantly
Holding him in front of yourself as someone drops another laser beam on top of you who explodes.
Oh, the meta. That's how you have a meta game. Mikey, whoops. What is the next bit, Mikey, of stuff that we haven't actually talked about?
So what we haven't talked about is, weirdly enough, the Sext system and the Sext toys, which is the Sext display stand system, which allows for combination and function. You can freely assemble components as your moods, building your own space in your workstation or your home, and show your favorite collections, such as Transformers, Sylvanian Families, Frozen.
Excuse me?
Your Sylvanian Families. Your storage, a large pair of scissors, Hot Wheels.
Are those
what
Hot
appears
Wheels?
What appears to be a small Japanese shopping district.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, these are modular shelves that look like the sort of default size is about deluxe scale. And Gundams as well, tiny Gundams. And they seem to be, they come with backgrounds and things like that, and they're just build your own shelves, build your own Detolf. Don't know if they're any good. Don't know if they're going to be expensive.
They look interesting, at least, I suppose.
Yeah, my question is, Sylvanian Families, really?
I mean, someone still collects them, because they still make them.
Oh god, yeah.
So,
this
seems like a nice work thing, rather than I'm a serious... Sorry, I should have said in quotations, I'm a serious collector, let's have this as a serious display shelf.
This is something where someone walks by your desk and they're just, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
And you're saying, it's fine.
Yeah, it's neat enough, as long as it's not expensive.
Yeah.
Is how I would say it.
The next thing from them is the Project 600, which looks like they're looking... I don't see it advertised here, but it looks like they might be looking for some crowdfunding, which is a third-party armor for... And forgive my ignorance here, I'm assuming it's some kind of Valkyrie?
It's some kind of Macross thing, but it's got no details on it. So is it a third-party Valkyrie?
No, I think it's a real one because it says 160 figure is not included.
Oh, do you think they've just scrubbed it of all detail for copyright?
Well, yeah, because remember the Jetfire debacle.
Yeah.
But so this is because the plastic's very different. Like I would expect prototype plastic from that. But this is a 1/60th scale Macross figure. Macross is one of those things I know I should have watched more of. I get it. I'm the problem here, but I just never have. Largely because I find the robots kind of uninteresting. It's why I've never really gotten into Pat Labor. I don't really like the mecha designs. And they never went... Macross, as far as I know, never went full crazy. And, even Gundam's gone full crazy.
Yes.
But, so this is an armor-up system, which gives you extra weapons... Basically kind of turns your slimline robot into less of a flyer and more of a walking tank. Which I think could look neat. It looks weirdly awkward, but it could look neat.
Yeah, I guess. Looks a bit chunky, at least for my taste.
Yeah, but it feels like the aesthetic of the actual toy is kind of clashing with the add-ons, including the gigantic groin you've given him.
Is it based on a thing from the show that we're just ignorant to?
Maybe? Again, this is just not... And it's set A. Set A and set B.
I couldn't tell the difference just having a quick look at them.
There's some guns.
Oh, there's minor differences.
It doesn't seem to have the blast shield. There are these little poddy things. And that's it. And the set B doesn't have missiles. But this also... Series 2, which is a new color scheme and chest armor for the HMR VT-1 and VE-1. Which I'm guessing is more Valkyrie things. It's not a Gundam.
No.
I mean, Andy, do you have a Macross?
I'm not a Macrosser, I think is how they say it on the internet. It looks.
Are you into the Robotech?
I'm not into the Robo-Taxi. I never watched it as a kid.
No, me neither. Like, never.
I mean, they look like things. The problem is because I have no affiliation or interest in Macross, I can't have any real invested interest in them, I'm afraid. So I can't say nothing. What's up next, Mikey?
Yeah. The 3A Bumblebee,
No,
which this is apparently in scale. How big is
Whoa.
Age of Extinction Optimus?
Whoa.
It's like he kidnapped a toddler.
Yeah.
Which he would.
I'm trying to think to the movie, the scale of the movie, and I guess that's kind of accurate. Because isn't the lady from the Bumblebee movie like up to Bumblebee's like
knee,
like stomach at least, or something like that?
Oh no, she's. I don't think she's that tall, but she's higher in the leg area than bloody Sam ever was.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
So,
I'm just
I think we can
very
maybe
big.
assume that Bumblebee's meant to be like, what, 12 foot tall, maybe a little bit bigger than that, maybe 13, 14 foot?
Not, Andy, like, Optimus is only supposed to be... Oh, no, actually, no, it might work, because Optimus... No, even then, like, Optimus is supposed to be, like, 25, 30, so Bumblebee can't be more than 10.
Yeah.
If that. Like, he fits in a house.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's fair.
But, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you don't realize how big he be.
It's like, if you saw this on TV, this would be leading to, like, a lot of cops. Right, just like, where are you taking my son? He looks fine. I hope he's cheap if he's that much smaller.
Oh, Mikey. Dear sweet Mikey.
Oh, I'm scrolling.
We could talk about Magic Square. I know we haven't talked about Magic Square before. Well, the
yes.
new stuff,
Well,
at least.
The Artfire is a new repaint. Master Blaster, Stereo Master.
I want to throw out, it's a shame that the Artfire doesn't come with a gun. A Target Master.
I think it's a shame. Its decals are stickers.
Yeah, that's a bummer. That's a bummer, because if I was going to get one, it'd probably be for this version. I think it's a bit more interesting. But I think I'd probably hold off on the stickers and wait to see if, I don't know, a different company did stickers for it. just saying. But Blaster.
He comes with a tiny ram horn.
He do, and it's actually pretty good. It looks pretty good for what it is.
Oh my god, that must be so easy to break.
Yeah. But the Blaster looks pretty solid himself. I'm still quite surprised by how good the Magic Square stuff seems to be coming across. Granted, there is a bit of a bias going on,
yes.
I've noticed. No deceptions.
Not deceptions.
Not yet. That's what they're like. They're like, not deceptions. Every time someone suggests, should we do one? They're like, nope. Let's do somebody else.
We don't do deceptions.
No. It's only been the Autobots so far. And strange choices, not like the super main popular ones.
No.
I guess Blaster's the closest to like a mainstay.
Yeah, well, Inferno as well, I suppose, but...
Less so, but to a point. Is it me, or does the waist on the guide, being Trailbreaker, look a bit weird? Like it's jutting forward, like he's thrusting his groin at you?
I think he's got a bit. I think that's the highlight. He has some sort of waist crunch, or ab crunch, but it's like as the pictures go further along, the groin comes further and further forward.
yeah.
To the point where, like, the last picture of him in robot mode, how is he not dead?
Take all of the groin.
But hey, it's why is he a guide?
I don't know.
Guide you to the bar.
Was he ever a guide? Did he ever guide people anywhere? I mean, he wasn't in the show much, but...
Did he ever do anything before he became a drunk?
He did that thing in, like, the More Than Meets the Eye episode where he hung out with either Spike or Sparkplug for, like, episode 2, and then had to drive away.
He made a shield around everyone when they got shot into the sun.
Yep. Oh, he put a force field around the oil fire.
Oh my god. He guided us towards economic and green power.
That's it. We figured it out. What up next, Mikey?
Trailbreaker is thrusting in the direction of the problem. Iron Factory, I think we've seen Jazz before, have we?
Yeah, we have. I definitely remember talking about him.
I'm just gonna say fucking sexy.
Hey, good. He still look good. What a surprise that their stuff is good. What a shock.
Ruination, fucking sexy.
Still good. Yeah.
Oh. And then I've seen the picture of them, like their Hound, Wheeljack, Cliffjumper, and Mirage.
We've talked about that. Yeah.
We've talked about the Ratchet and Ironhide.
Yep.
We're seeing a lot more of the Deathsaurus, so I want to talk on that a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
This is our first proper look at the Chicken Dragon Kaiju, which is very Alex Milne.
Which one are we talking about? Are we talking about the Mastermind Creations one or
Planet X?
Right. Okay.
But yeah, proportions, everything else, it's very, very not like on the ball, not on the ball, but it's like near the ball.
Was that one
Alex's.
in the case, or did we just? Because I've only got like CG renders of it.
Don't think so. I think we've only got the renders for it.
Okay, that's a shame.
But I think it's interesting what they're doing with the wings.
Yeah, having this weird energy wing effect kind of going in between the metal parts. Yeah, it's pretty neat.
That you can remove and make into like arm shields.
I'm not as fond of the arm shields, to be honest. I think they're trying to faux the tail shield thing, and it's okay, but I'm not a massive fan of it, to be honest.
I don't know, it's a nice gimmick.
Yeah.
But no, he's looking very good, to be honest.
Yeah, interesting.
Like, I do like that head design.
Which one do you like the look of more? This one or the Mastermind Creations one?
Robot modes are kind of potato. Dragon, Kaiju, Chicken, like, for just coolness factor, this looks better. For bizarre, what were we thinking, Japaneseness, the other one? Like, basically, I'd want either one of them. I like them both.
Sure, yeah.
Also, Theo did a review of Deathsaurus today, which was just ludicrously well done.
Okay, good.
That man's too talented. Rising for, I'd swear we've talked about them before.
The Megatron.
The drag strip.
Oh, okay. Oh, those guys.
Yeah.
Yes, I think so.
And to be fair, it's a prototype of a drag strip again.
Yeah, it's another one.
We've got Deathsaurus from Mastermind Creations. Just a bit of a better look at the IDW chicken mode, which is definitely more chicken this time around.
Yes.
Hey, that's.
I think the rest of it we can just sum up as it is another insert name of.
Yeah.
After that, so I think we can move on from here. Yes, Mr. Mikey.
Yeah.
What do you want to take us on to?
TFcon, not an awful lot. Has to be said.
No.
But we'll stick with third party for a second, because Toy World have revealed their TWFS03, the last night World War II Bumblebee prototype, which is actually completely different from the official Hasbro World War II Bumblebee.
Yes, arguably a lot better than Hasbro's version.
Yes, and also I think transformed into the vehicle he was in the actual movie.
Yes, the Hitler car, I guess you could maybe frame it as.
Hitlermobile.
Yeah.
Nazi wagon.
That's right. And he comes with a hammer to smush Hitler as well, I guess.
No, that was the watch, Andy. He comes with the watch to give to Hitler.
That's true.
But yeah, like, I think this looks pretty solid. What's your thoughts?
It's interesting. It's an interesting design on. It's almost like these designs, apart from the movie faces, could be an interesting line to put next to the Hearts of Steel stuff. I think the problem obviously would be the faces wouldn't kind of match up, but it's interesting. I like the fact that it turns into a vehicle that we're not used to, so that's a plus. And we kind of got a slightly painted up version of the tank, not like a finished version of the tank guy, but more finished than we've seen before. Like, it looks like he has dry brushing and some other details, but not his face hasn't been painted.
Yeah,
it's like someone was doing him and then told the guy who was doing him, "You got to get him on the shelf now."
And like he'd only really done a little bit of the overcoat and the body and the treads.
Yeah, he dry
the treads
brushed
were
the outside of the vehicle mode, and that was it. Yeah.
But I don't know. But hey,
it's an interesting line, and it is different. So that's definitely a plus, at least in both of mine and Mikey's books.
Hey, Andy.
Hey, Mikey.
Bumblebee.
Yes, I know him.
Redone.
Okay.
Into a Gobot.
Oh, you mean what's the name? I can't remember what her name was.
Pathfinder. I have it somewhere, actually. Little red
think
goblet.
I know who you mean. Jai screaming because it was like the second most popular, like human-friendly character in the show.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, she was in it a lot. I think it was her. Maybe it wasn't. Yeah. Anyway, it was a GoBot. You may as well take the next bit, Mikey, as it shouldn't be too long. And I'm sure you like this.
Iron Warrior, who are doing the upcoming non-transformable, if you say Action Master, I'm coming for you, Optimus Prime from Transformers Prime.
But why would I want it, Mikey?
Well, shut up. Have revealed their second figure in this Iron Warrior line, which is a third-party, fully articulated, non-transforming rendition of Transformers Prime Megatron.
Ooh.
The best TV Megatron.
Yes.
And if you argue that, you're wrong.
I don't know why you would.
I'm sure someone would, but they're
yeah,
wrong.
Yeah.
What's that? What's that you're saying? I'm not you're wrong.
Boom.
This is the best Megatron ever on screen. Ever. Frank Welker's best performance, possibly in anything. Because Frank Welker, man, he don't give a shit.
Yeah.
This is really good Megatron and a really cool design. And I've wanted a good version of this design for longer than some of you have been alive.
You know what's a bummer? The Prid toy could have been good if it wasn't for that plastic shortage. I think it would have been neat if Wei Zhang upscaled it and knocked it off and gave it a good paint job like Customizers had done, given it at least decent plastic or better than, well, they could have given it worse plastic. What's that?
What about giving it a back?
What do you mean a back?
It doesn't have a back.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, it has a real weird transformation, but it's still a decent... I still don't think it's a bad toy that came out, but it's very limited by when it came out, and I think if Wei Zhang hit it and knocked it off, they could do a better job. Or at least a third-party company could. I
think of the Prime Voyagers, it got hit probably the hardest.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, because some people can be quite hard on the Prime line. I think, for the most part, it's pretty solid, but it has some bummers, and they're usually bummers of characters you really wanted to be great.
Yeah.
Okay, you got Rumble and Frenzy right. Okay.
But they went in
Knockout,
the show,
guys.
So who cares about Rumble and Frenzy?
Can we talk about Knockout?
Yeah.
We're a toy that we all are very forgiving of for one reason and one reason only.
Hey,
that
Mikey.
There isn't another Knockout.
Who wants to own Breakdown? Apparently not the West.
Yeah, no, Andy. He was too complicated.
Yeah. Fucking bobbins.
Don't ever Google how much he costs to buy now.
The only version that is in any kind of normal, like, sane price range is the Black Silas version. And no one wants that.
Or the Swerve version.
Ew. No one wants that version. That's right. The West did get that one, and it's like, who's Swerve? And it's like, oh.
No, we got Swerve from Cup.
Oh, was it? Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was still a Japanese-only toy, was it?
The GDO.
Yeah. Ugh.
I think I released in Canada. They had that. I actually kind of liked it.
Yeah, but it's not the one you'd want.
No, but Jesus, this Megatron looks amazing.
Yeah, back on topic.
Fuck me sideways.
Yeah, real solid. I'm interested to see what he comes with, because I hope there's at least a few expressions. I hope there's a few hands, and I hope there's the Dark Star.
Dark Star Saber.
Yeah, maybe a bit of
like
Dark Energon. Maybe he comes with... He'll have to come with the blade for his gun. You know, the
alternate eye colors.
That'd be neat, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't want him to just have purple eyes.
Like, I'd go all out. I'd give him a interchangeable right arm.
Oh, that'd be neat. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be okay
and to be fair, I also want the retool of this to be full-on TFcon Megatron, which is the only version of that toy you should own. But yeah. Guys, keep it up, please. These look amazing. I really want to see if I'll ever be able to get the cash together to get that Optimus at least.
Mikey.
But, I'll be honest, with the choice between that Optimus and this Megatron.
Mikey.
It's not a choice.
I'm going to put a decision down on the table for you that you won't like.
Is it that you're an asshole?
I mean, that's not a decision. That's a prerequisite. That's already been decided. The decision I'm going to lay out in front of you, Mikey, is, or at least a thing for you to mull over in your little brain matter sack, is what if they do a knockout? What do you do?
I kill you.
Why?
Out of sheer rage.
It's not my fault.
It is. You've put the idea in their head now.
Yeah.
Because, hey, you know who hasn't gotten a fucking Generations toy because of all this G1 nonsense?
Has he had a toy since
No.
time?
He had Croc out.
That doesn't count.
It does, because I'd
No,
still
it
knock out
doesn't.
as a crocodile.
It doesn't count because it was just the same toy, just with a weird twist to it. It's not a new figure, and he
No,
needed a
he's
new
had
figure.
One. Oh, he had the remote control car
No,
that you could transform.
that doesn't count because it was shit.
It transformed. I'd still buy one.
Oh, Mikey.
I almost did several times.
Oh, Mikey.
I was in Argos a lot. I once spent 20 minutes in Argos just staring at the page.
People in the
Just
shop
like-
just talking, he's back again. I know. keeps looking at that shitty toy. I know.
We've got like 20 of them. No one's buying one.
It's even on sale. We'll just give it to him if we... I don't want to talk to him. Me neither.
But man, if they did Knockout. Like, the Knockout's design is so anti-toy friendly in so many ways.
It seems aggressively anti-toy friendly.
Like, Megatron's is as well to a point, but...
Less so because he doesn't really turn into anything.
Yeah, Knockout specifically has to turn into a good-looking car.
Yeah. And then also
Right.
has to turn into a good-looking robot.
Yeah, oh man, it could have like the wheels in his back just spin constantly.
This is why the people got really pissy about the Prid line, and I think for good reason, because we got the first edition Prime stuff. That was really good. I still
that
think
Optimus
that
is
Starscream
amazing.
I still think that Starscream, even though he's too small, is a really good Starscream mold.
Yep, there's one toy in that line that's outdone by a Prid toy.
Which one's that?
The Viacon.
I thought you were going to say Cliff Jumper. I was going to say, what the fuck's wrong with you? Granted, I never got the Cliff Jumper, but I saw Chris do a video on it, and it looked great. And I never got the Viacon either, and I never got the Mumblebee. Those were the only ones I didn't get. I'd say aesthetically, the RC looks better in the Prid range. But the first edition one has a much more interesting transformation, but it's not nearly as interesting to look at.
Yeah. And Bulkhead was just way better.
Oh god, yeah. Same with the Prime. Prime was way better in first edition than he was for the other version. My god. But the good thing about the Prid version RC, Mikey, is Flame War.
Oh yes.
Praise Flame War.
Praise her.
I'd still like to get her at some point.
Yep.
What was the Autobot repaint?
Flare Up.
That's right, yeah. I wouldn't mind either of those two. They were neat. They were fun figures.
Cheesecake robots.
Oh, the cheesiest of the cake. Yeah, I guess that's it then.
This is fucking sexy, and send me this toy, or send me the address of somebody who has this toy, and give me an alibi.
I'm guessing no info on prices or anything like that, though. Right?
Oh no.
Okay.
Like some people are suggesting these are going to be model kits.
What?
I don't know.
They do not look like model kits.
No. I think that's perhaps more likely that these are prototypes.
If Flame Wars, is it Flame Wars? Flame Toys?
Flame Toys.
If Flame Toys did their own versions that were model kits, I'd certainly be interested in them as well.
Oh god, yeah.
And
definitely.
they'd be much more affordable.
Yep. But
theoretically, we are assuming that these things are going to be expensive. I think quite rightly so, but you know. Shall I take us on, Mr. Mikey?
Take us on.
Mr. Mikey, did you see the promo video at the at the Paris Comic-Con for the Siege War stuff?
I did.
Did you think it was slightly deliciously cheesy?
A little bit.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It will never go on TV because it's fucking stupid. It had some nice bits of art that I think could go potentially into a card game that, maybe we'll talk about.
Andy.
No, we're talking about that in a bit, Mikey. We're talking about that in a bit. And there was also a possible first look at Barricade, so they say, but I didn't see him in the video.
I did. There's a Decepticon only shot.
Yeah.
I think really basic artwork of Soundwave, Starscream,
Oh,
Shockwave, and a Black Prowl.
Yeah.
We will be calling him Prowl for the moment.
I like that, Prowl. Yeah, it's not like what we would assume Barricade should look like, which is a slightly more G1ified version of the fourth movie design.
Yeah, I
Fourth
would like
movie?
to see...
Fifth movie?
Yeah, fifth
Movie, thank you. That one. That's the Barricade design that I think, for me, is the best. You just need to G1 it up, and by that, it just means...
Give him a real head.
I don't know. I think maybe tweak it a bit, but I think that head could still work. You just need to what I was going to say mainly was just smooth them out. Just like most of that complex detail, just kind of rub it over with the smudge tool in Photoshop and just go, there we go. You're better.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed that. There's not much to say there, so I'll take us on, because it's only the right thing to do. We were shown some images at the... What was it? It was
MCM Paris?
No, London.
Because there's one in Paris and one in London.
Yeah, I don't think that was MCM.
MCM was London.
Yeah. So at MCM, which was kind of surprising, we got some reveals for some more Studio Series figures. Granted, they're not things that me or Mikey would jump for, but they seem to be pretty decent toys from what I hear from the peeps. So, you peeps who are interested, you should know that we saw a Optimus Prime that I feel we've already got.
He's a retool.
Is he? Okay. There was also a Jetfire, the one that poops and spits and has a walking stick.
And an axe.
And Bone Crusher as well. There's more.
Everyone.
There's more, but we're going to quickly talk about the official images first before we talk about the other stuff. So, Mikey, official images. What do you think of these three lads?
The Optimus is a retool specifically for a combining gimmick, so I'm not excited by him.
Is he? When you say he's a retool, is he a retool of the Studio Series Optimus Prime?
Yes.
Do you feel that is a little bit poo in some ways? Because it's just like you're buying the same figure again, but it's been slightly tweaked.
A little bit, but yeah, a little bit.
I mean, I wouldn't hold it super against them, but I think for me it's a bit more of a, I'm gonna squint my eyes and furrow my brow just a little bit, because granted I don't know if there are any other significant differences, but if like Mikey says there's only a few little bits, then that's
just comes with a new gun, I think.
Then that's kind of a shame. I think it's a bit of a bummer. Okay, what do you think of Jetfire, Mikey? Better than the original.
That's the challenge.
Yep.
He definitely looks like Jetfire this time around. Some nice detail. I like the fact they've got his exposed wires in there. I like the axe. It's really highlighting how weird some of these designs got.
Oh Christ, yeah.
Because Jetfire, when you actually look at him, is freaky.
Very.
He's like... He's just freaky. Also, it's the fact he flies presumably using his knees.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
With the two big turbines pointing down.
Yeah.
Or like, why wasn't that an attack in the movie?
Well, where he knees you and then just turns on the engine. That would have been super cool. Yeah.
But no, Michael Bay, greatest action director. He keeps telling me this, and I keep wondering what.
Who keeps telling you this?
Anyone who wants to tell me these movies are better than I give them credit for.
Oh, okay. I thought you just meant people on the street.
And then a lot of people will say, like, well, Michael Bay, at least he's a good action director. And I'm just like, no, he's not. He's quite poor, actually. Like, I always say, my favorite one to cite is Megatron's Shot Hound, right? Shot Hound in the chest, right? So why did the ground on either side of Hound explode?
It's a very... there was nitroglycerine just buried underneath the surface of the Earth.
Grimlock fell down, and the ground exploded.
Well, yeah. The shockwave of Grimlock's awesomeness reacted with the compounds of the Earth. Did you not take chemistry, Mikey?
Not for long. No, I think Jetfire looks okay for what he is. It's just, you gotta be able to handle what he is.
I think it's a shame that, like... He can hold his axe, but it looks a bit silly because his hands are made so they're kind of splayed open. So it kind of just looks like the axe is wedged in there. Now, there is a proper hole that they've molded, which I would be... I'm not sure how secure that is, because it just looks like a little plastic ring in there. You can see it on the hand that isn't holding the axe. So I wonder how far that goes down, how easy that could be to break, because if that breaks, obviously he can't hold the axe. It may be something to be concerned with. It may not be. It may just be like looking at a photo and assuming too much. I don't know.
Yeah.
Bone Crusher, Mr. Mikey, who arguably had maybe one of the better toys from the first movie.
Yeah. This is weird. Like, I've seen people get really excited about this.
Why?
Because, oh my god, it's Bone Crusher.
Was he a big deal?
I remember in 2007, like, because we used to get the character model reveals really early.
Mm-hmm.
People had, like, fallen in love with the characters for no real reason. And like the fact that Bone Crusher's first appearance is him killing a bus, presumably full of children.
That's fine.
That, you know, and he's roller skating the entire time.
Maybe
And then
that's
his
why.
bio, because they put a lot more work into the bios back then. And his bio is like, he literally hates everything. He hates everyone and everything, including you, me, himself, Megatron, the whole kit and caboodle.
So what you're telling me is people liked him because he was relatable.
Yeah.
I get that.
I remember when like the wiki articles for him were ongoing, and you'd go in and it would just be like, how many ways they can say Bone Crusher hates something. But so it's weird because I've seen excitement. I'm just like, I see the excitement. I do. I actually get this, but it's also like he turns into such a weird robot. Like not the weirdest by far, but I dig him, but I dig him entirely for nostalgia reasons, which is rare for me.
Okay.
What about you, Andy?
I mean, he does look, I think he looks a bit better than the original version. Like, his arms look a hell of a lot better than the original version. And he...
Those are quite a lot bigger.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a Voyager instead of the Deluxe. To be honest, I didn't notice that. He's the right color, again, which the original kind of wasn't. He had a lot more green on him for some reason, randomly. Yeah. I did think he was a fairly neat design, but then, of course, he was alive for seconds and then skewered by Prime, and his head was removed, so I never really formed that big of an attachment to him, in all honesty, as I did with many of the characters from the movie, but it looks decent enough. He's a better scale, so that's a plus. There was also Mr. Mikey stuff shown at the Comic-Con in London, as we talked about. Transformer Studio Series, Cogman, Shatter, and more. More being Cockmaster, if I remember correctly, or Cogman, as everybody calls him.
Cogman.
Cockmaster. Which I think is it just the same toy with a better paint job on him?
Yes, but that also means like you'll probably be able to get hold of the story, which
I
Mikey. Understand that was
Mikey.
Not easy.
Oh, Mikey, your hope. You're probably right. In all honesty, though, you're probably right. Here's a question then on this first one on Cockmaster. Do you think he's a better color scheme? Because I think he looks a lot more accurate to how he should have been, rather than this super dark gray version that he, for some reason, was.
He does look, especially the gold placement.
Yes.
Just overall, he looks like an improved color scheme. I would naturally have preferred he had a new toy.
Yeah.
But ho-hum.
Do you think they just had like a load of them stocked up in the shop and they were just like, okay, pull out the grey spray paint?
I feel that would be really dickish considering how many people were really pissed they couldn't get hold of one. They've just got them all in the back
that'd be great.
Of an old Toys R Us. Guarded by one lonely old woman.
That's a nipple rubbing kind of thing. That it's like, oh, you want him, do you? Sorry, we're repainting him.
And it's gone.
And it's gone.
But I can see it right there. It's gone.
You didn't want it, did you? A news story has actually just popped up as we were talking, Mikey, because the official images of these characters have been released now. So, as we say,
my God.
Shatter, who's going to be the first version of Shatter we get.
Yes.
Right?
I presume so.
Not a triple changer. It just turns into the fairly cool-looking muscle car, to be fair.
Yeah. It's not a triple changer, but we couldn't remove the jet bits from her robot design.
Yeah, no. I mean, you can only do so much.
I feel have hurt the toy more than helped in this case.
Yeah. Do you think it would have maybe been better if it was a Voyager? Or do you think it still would have had problems trying to... Because it would have been a Voyager, almost be forced to do the triple changer gimmick.
I think as a Voyager, you would have had more, even if you just kept it as the single thing, you would have had more room to work with the panels and everything else.
Sure.
And I think if they were going to do this, they should have just kind of redesigned the robot a little bit to cut down on the panelness, because I don't even think some of this matches up to her jet kibble.
At
least not 100%.
Right. For me, I think the best idea might have been to do a Voyager scale of this figure and then try and do it as a car or a jet, and then just really focus on just trying to get it to look as accurate as possible, since it's the studio series version. So I think that's the collectors kind of get it as accurate as possible. Even if it didn't transform into a jet, you could then have a really shitty excuse for then doing another version of Shadow that turns into a jet.
Yeah, and it's just like Dropkick, I think, turned out really well in comparison. So it's a bit of a shame, because I'm digging Shatter from what I'm seeing of her, and I like that muscle car, and I like her overall design as well. So it's just, this is that one I like more than Dropkick. In fact, I like Shatter's look, so I'm like, I really wanted her to turn out well, and I'm seeing the budget here more than I'm seeing it in him.
Yeah, because that, like you say, that muscle car vehicle mode is really nice. That's a really visually interesting car mode, and it's nearly the robot mode for me is nearly at the stage where I'd be interested in buying it, but it's still just a little too movie for my liking. Again, if it was just smoothed out in places, it would be like I'd be way more interested. They also showed off. I'll leave the one who nobody knows about to last. They showed off Rampage.
That caught me off guard.
Same. Since he was in Revenge of the Fallen, and he was the wrong color. He was beige for his original color, and they've done him in his orange this time round. How many
with
legs?
His pogo leg.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how many leg do he have? He have that one leg, and here come that boy.
You have a little stand as well.
I mean, you have to. That was a problem with the original version. He could do the peg leg mode, but you couldn't really do much with it because he had a giant arse.
Oh yeah, he had 4 legs or something, didn't he?
You could split him into have 4 legs, or you could have him as like 3 legs and kind of a faux middle leg. It was messy. He's got real big fucking fingers, like three fingers per hand, and they're massive.
Yeah, and like I don't remember the design from the movie very well, but
it was pretty much this.
It's not a friendly looking. Revenge of the Fallen, weird time for designs.
Yeah, like someone decided to hate the toy team. Someone just didn't want to have them to have a good day. So it looks again interesting-ish.
It looks like Rampage, which is something a toy should not be able to do.
He doesn't look like it looks like his whips, because he used to be called Whips McCracken, if you recall.
Yes, I remember that.
It looks like he might be able to do it, because it looks like it's not just one rubber lump. It looks like they're segmented in some way.
Yeah, I can see like 2 or 3 hinges.
Yeah, so hopefully that I'm not sure whether that means that they are going to be rubbery. They're just going to have a hinge in there, which if that's the case might be a bit of a worry, because metal rubbing against that kind of plastic over time might destroy it. If it's hard plastic, that's better at the very least. Interesting though, unique. Next up is Long Haul, probably the best design of the Constructicons, I would say, overall.
Yeah, I always was. I still like that original toy, even if they sort of normalized his proportions a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, and this is just taking the best design and, making a decent looking toy out of it.
Yes. I didn't mention that Rampage was a Voyager, and Long Haul is also a Voyager, by the by.
Yes.
Do you have anything else on Long Haul?
Just he looks like the movie. It looks like he's decently articulated.
Yeah.
He doesn't have gorilla arms this time around.
He can bend his arms. What a fucking, weird concept. It's nice that is not a strange thing anymore.
If it wasn't for something we'll be mentioning in a bit, I could see this guy very easily being retooled into Onslaught.
Okay.
Because Onslaught was the Long Haul model, just given some extra gubbins. So no, I think these two turned out pretty solidly. Like Rampage is weird,
yes,
but within the value of weird he's aiming for, he works.
Yeah.
And Long Haul, I just think looks like, hey, it's a decent toy of the best design from the movie.
I would agree there. Now talking about a design which I'm not sure ever showed up in the movie, because I don't remember.
It was in the movie. This is a fan favorite character, Andy.
Where the fuck was he in the movie?
I'm going to say a line, Andy, and you'll know what I mean, what it is when I say it.
Okay.
Kill the little one.
No, he was there.
That's the guy that what was his name? The little evil German doctor.
Yeah.
He's the guy who got ripped apart.
Really?
Mm-hmm. He scrap metal. Apparently Hasbro liked him, and didn't realize, like, they thought he was kind of popular, and they said if we ever did a toy with him, we'd call him Scrap Metal. And apparently they at least there were some product images of, I think it might have just been a repaint.
Right.
I don't remember, but it was like of an official Scrap Metal, but it never got made.
Oh wow! I never knew this. Huh.
Yeah, and I don't even because in the combining Constructicons, he was replaced by Scrapper.
Right.
Yeah, Scrapper, and then Scrapper was going to be repainted into Scrap Metal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
what a bizarre set of events.
Or Scavenger, one of the two of them.
How do you think the design for him's turned out? Because he is very yellow.
He's very yellow. He has boxing glove claw hands.
What do you mean? He's got clamps?
He is the clamps. I'm kind of loving this. I am kind of loving this.
I kind of wish he... You know how Siege has all this dry brushing? This is the guy that needed fucking dry brushing with dirt on him. Yeah,
like this is the guy. Yeah, like, but no, I think he's my favorite.
Okay,
just because he's got the weirdness factor going on.
He's definitely unique, and we've never had him before, so that's a plus.
Yeah, like Long Haul is a better design and a better looking toy. This is the one I like the most.
Mm-hmm.
But I just love his little clamp hands. Like, oh my god. I would get this guy in his own, in all seriousness, if I saw him for less than crazy money.
It's interesting. It really is. And the last thing that was shown off, which we haven't had official images for.
No.
Not yet. But not yet, anyway.
We have had it shown off on the day.
Yes. We were shown, not we, but people at the convention were shown that all 8 figures, all Voyagers, some Deluxes, will form into a movie Devastator. And it was, as Mikey said, it was shown off at the show. A man, I don't know which man, but a man held it in a grey prototype form.
Yep.
It will probably, at least we know that all parts transform, unlike the, Supreme scale version that clogged up Toys R Us for years.
Or the nonsense in general about that Devastator in marketing.
Yeah, it was garbo. Utter garbo. Mikey, what do you think of this then? A movie Devastator? Because once again, it has one of the scenes that I hate most in all of the Transformers movie, the railgun from nowhere. So I'll never forgive. I was never a big fan of the design, to be honest.
No, it was one of those things like the visual on screen when you saw the combination was one thing, but then you realized what you were looking at. Yeah, it was impressive to see all that stuff combined, but like you say, the end result was just I think we've mentioned it a few times. Revenge of the Fallen went fucking crazy with the designs, and maybe not in a way that either of us two liked or enjoyed. I can honestly say I never in my life expected to see proper combining movie Devastator. No. It's insane to me. For a couple of reasons. One, that design is just there's 8 component robots in that, including several Voyagers. This thing is going to be a monster. It's going to be expensive to get. Are they suggesting that it's going to come in one box potentially as well? Because there was artwork shown and it looked like it could be box art as maybe could be. I'd say you're probably going to get a box set maybe, but I think the Constructicons are in waves. Yeah, I would imagine that they'll if they do a box like you say, it'll be you buy them in waves or you can buy this gift set. No, which is not a bad way to go about it, I guess. In terms of mass, this thing is probably going to be almost as big as this is probably going to be the Revenge of the Fallen Titan figure from Studio Series. No, yeah. I think that's probably what this is going to be. It's hard to judge because even the close-up pictures of the prototype, it's hard to gauge scale, but it's just big. He's so weirdly shaped. Very. It's hard to even conceive of how it works. Like where do the bits come from? Like where does the head come from? Yeah, and it's like. If you told, if someone had said, "Oh, it's a combining figure," and then shown me those 3 toys, I wouldn't have said it could have worked. No, agreed. Because they don't look like they combine in any way, shape, or form, in my opinion. Yeah. But that, we're gonna get presumably a Voyager Mixmaster and a Voyager Demolisher again. Which one's Demolisher? The wheels.
Oh god, yeah. Yeah, I think I saw like Brickonator on Twitter say, when we get leader version of this ugly bastard.
I want to... I just want to see that. I don't know if I ever want to hold one, but I want to see it.
I just have
Like-
horrible flashbacks of the original version of that toy and being like, oh god, no.
Or like, what if Mixmaster is as bloody curmudgeonly as the old one? Remember how bad that was?
I do.
That was a really flawed toy. And it's also like, and hey, those classic Constructicon characters of the other three guys.
Those guys.
Because I don't remember any of the Constructicon vehicles because there were like 20 of them.
Yeah.
Like, I am going to check the wiki to see who was what. Because, like, what I'll do, I'll check the no, because it's 8 component robots. And the combining one had 7.
Yeah. Yeah, the
So they
Legends one had 7, I think, right?
Yeah, so they picked up an extra one.
It's probably for the best, just to make it work.
But were there 8 in the movie? I don't know. Like, okay, so Devastator is made up of Scavenger, Hightower, Longhaul, Mixmaster, Rampage, Scrapper, sometimes Overload, sometimes a yellow dump truck, sometimes a second Bulldozer, sometimes Demolisher, standing in for Scavenger, sometimes Hook, sometimes Bone Crusher.
Wow. What a slutty combiner.
Jesus. Also, wow, I've forgotten how bizarre that Legends combiner was with the big hump.
Oh yeah.
It had a weird hump.
It was the best version of that figure of that character though. Until now, theoretically.
I nearly bought the G1 colored one.
Yeah, same at one point, but then I thought, do I really want it? And I was like, I put myself off it, luckily.
Yeah, I did. That's one of the toys you'd buy and regret strenuously.
But at least we would.
Mm.
Well, Mr. Mikey.
Yep.
I'm going to let you take us over to what else was shown off and what else was revealed this week, because Mikey.
Mm?
I like these a lot.
Well, Andy, we had the full line reveal for Transformers BotBots.
Yep.
Has to be said like that.
And we found out it's not BotBots, it's definitely BotBots.
It's BotBots, which is the correct answer.
Yes.
So this is going to be a line of the backstory is basically some energon got spread in the shopping mall and everything came to life. There are 61 1-inch unique characters. Every single one is an original character. They're divided into the themes of Sugar Shocks, which are sweet treats, the Backpack Bunch, school equipment, the Toilet Troop, bathroom items, Techie Team, electronic gadgets, Greaser Gang, fast food, Shed Heads, gardening gear, and the Jock Squad, sporting goods. Aimed for ages 5 and up. These will come in individual blind bags for a retail price of £3 or $4, or you can buy each of the tribes in multi-packs of 5 to 8 figures, which means we are not stuck in the horrible realm of someone getting bloody blind bags and buying them all up. If you want the whole team, you can just go out there and buy them.
Is there any benefit then to not just buying the whole team?
Because sometimes people don't have that money on them, and children should buy blind bags.
Okay, because I did notice while looking at some of the sets, it looks like you can get duplicate figures in there as well.
Yes. And I'm assuming there's going to be chase variants and whatnot. Because I think at some point they said there might be 70-something variants.
Whoa!
Not variants, but like in the total line.
Whoa.
So I'd say like you've got 61 figures here, so a couple of like solid colors and everything else. These all transform into little shapes. There's a scissors, there's a television, there's a pencil, there's a pot plant, there's a pet rock, there's everything. We've got character artwork. The Toilet Troop is my favorite because their leader appears to be a little pirate toilet.
Yes.
And they've also got what appears to be a bottle of toothpaste, a pot plant dinosaur, a graffiti person, whatever the guy who's diving off the thing is. We've also got, like, in package, the packaging art is amazing. Oh my god, look at the little man he looks like a laptop and he's not happy about it.
Oh, he hates his life.
There's character artwork out the wazoo for these guys. We have names. I will read off some of the names, if I can remember where I put it. Where did I put that? I will bring it up again. But, like, are some of the names in here? Anyway, they're not. Give me a second. Wiki bots. There we go. Oh, hurry up. There we go. Names include Angry Cheese, Twerple Burple, Fitness Monster, Clogstopper, King Toots of the Toilet Patrol, or Toilet Troop, Rad Hacks, Sprinkleberry Donut, Unilla Ice Queen Cone, which is the unicorn, Cuddle Toot, Arctic Guzzle Rush, The Kid Cobbler. Oh my god. This is the best toy line we've ever had, and is quite possibly the best toy line ever made by mankind.
I do have a question though. Like, what do you think's going to be the best way to get these? Because it seems like it's kind of good to get the sets, but obviously, like I say, the bad thing is you are going to get dupes of characters if you try and get them all that way. So does it like monetarily? Is it cheaper to buy the blind bags than it is to buy the packs? But at least you know with the packs what you're definitely getting.
With the blind bags, like, a lot of companies seem to be moving away from the very obvious, this is how to tell what you're getting.
Oh, yeah.
So I would honestly say, just so you're not buying the same toy 6 or 7 times trying to get this one guy, I would go for the little packs. I would go for the team packs.
Eat the dupes.
Eat the dupes, sell the dupes, whatever you want to do with dupes.
Yeah.
But I would get those, because I just think these things look amazing. And I have to agree with some people. Just like, it's so nice. It is so nice.
Yep.
That the general reaction to these is one of just joy.
I think it's because they've been, at least from my perspective, it feels like they've been made with care and attention rather than, say, like bot shots, which just seem to be a gimmick, and then that was it. It was a gimmick was thought, and then no effort was put into it. Which might be harsh to say for the team that worked on it, but this feels like there's a lot more care and attention that's been put into this. Like, there's a solid idea foundation, which is stupid things turn into little other things that may or may not be robots, and then let's execute that in a well done way, because they even they have bits of articulation as well to them. Not huge amounts, but as much as you probably get from Micromaster back in the day. So back in day, yeah. But these are the new Micromasters, Mikey. Basically.
These are great. These are awesome.
I'm very interested to get these.
I would like more, please.
Yeah. We don't have a date on when these are coming, though, do we?
I didn't see one, but I'm sure there's one out there somewhere.
Yeah, probably, hopefully. Right. You want me to take the next bit, Mikey, or do you want to take it? Or do you want... Yeah, you can take us on. You can take the next bit. I'll take the last bit of news. Okay.
Very quick one. This care of Virgin TV. We are confirming that Cyberverse will be hitting UK screens as of the 27th of October, which is now. It's going to be there on Cartoon Network, airing from 7 to 7:30 for a total of 30 minutes. I'm assuming this means we're getting two episodes. They're saying 2 or 3 here, but or repetitions of the first episode. It would be really weird if they showed the first episode, had a break, and then showed the first episode again. But just because of how ads work in the UK and everything else, that looks like it's going to be about 2 episodes.
Right. 2 episodes or 2...
Shut up.
It's confusing now.
Shut up. But yeah, so if you haven't been watching it via the Canada versions and everything else, or the US or the YouTubes or whatever, check it out on the... Basically, I will say... You're very unlikely to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning to watch this show, as someone who actually kind of likes this show.
Does that feel like a death slot? It doesn't feel like a super death slot.
Not as death slotty as they have done before.
Yeah.
But,
it doesn't feel kind, though.
No, it's not like one where they're going like, you know what, we want this to succeed.
Yeah, I'm not suggesting they put it on at prime time, but, like, maybe 7 is a good time, because when I was a kid, I used to get up, like, stupid early, so...
Yeah,
maybe 8 o'clock would have been better.
I mean, maybe, but it also has to be said those days are kind of done for television.
That's the thing, yeah. Like this is another thing where it's like for people who are listening to this show who are interested in the show, especially who are in the UK, they'll have watched it already from Daily Motion. Because why wouldn't you? Because I watched up to the Macadam episode today, so you know. why would you wait until not terrestrial TV, but Sky TV starts doing it? Weird. Has there been any more past McAdams episode?
Yes, there were 2 aired today, but they were via some weird streaming service in the US, so...
it'll be a bit of time then before Daily Motion gets...
because Canada's currently going through a repeat cycle, so it's going to be, I think, another 3 weeks before they hit new material.
That's fine.
And US should be having new material in 2 weeks, but it'll be 1 episode.
I much prefer binging it rather than watching one episode of it. It's much more that format. It's not... I still, like, even watching these 4 episodes today, there are certainly aspects of story which could be interesting, but because they only have 10 minutes for a story, they can't do enough with it. Like the Rust episode, you could have done a lot with that, but there was no time to do anything with it. It was in and out in seconds. You're meant to care about Blur, and that's all I'll say about it. You're meant to care about Blur.
Did you like Hot Rod's acting?
I liked all of the acting in the show so far.
Are you lying to me, Andy?
I liked all of the acting in the show. Don't ask me again. Every time the Prime speaks, I'm like, oh,
it's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Like that Family Guy one where Stewie has that breakdown moment. It's not your fault.
It's not your fault, man.
It's not your fault, man. It's not your fault. I tried. We know you did.
Man. We know, man. This is the thing. It does lay down some interesting things, and I still really love the fact that it's not got humans in it. I don't know why, but it is really invigorating to not worry about any shitty humans in the show pulling us down. And it shows that a show can survive without any humans, but it's just hampered by the fact it's 10 minutes. It's ridiculous how short these episodes are and how unsatisfying a lot of the conclusions to an episode are.
You can blame literally every show that's been airing on Cartoon Network for the last 5 to 6 years.
Ugh.
Also, since we're talking about it, apparently they're confirming that old Teen Titans is coming back.
Yes, 15-minute episodes.
All that's been confirmed is that it's going to be a crossover with Teen Titans Go.
So are they actually coming back? Or are they not coming back?
It's a versus. That is what it's being marketed as.
No! You don't get it! You don't get it! Just do Teen Titans and have Teen Titans Go for the shitty kids and put Teen Titans on Adult Swim and just no more. That's it. They're 2 separate entities, and the Go can reference it and be like, "Oh, they're the good version." And everybody can sit there and be like, "Yeah, we fucking know. We fucking know." Jesus Christ. Hey.
Do you need a moment?
I don't know, man. It's dumb.
Coming back.
Imagine, Mikey, if they did Avatar: The Last Airbender in 15-minute episodes, which they are.
Imagine Airbender Go or something like that.
Yeah.
I think I'd murder someone.
Imagine that. Well, Mikey, let's move on to our last bit of news, which is...
Nope, we're done.
No.
We're done. We're done for the week. I checked. There's no more news.
There's one more bit of news, Mikey.
No more news, Andy. There's nothing to talk about. We're done.
The Transformers Trading Card Metroplex deck update update has been done, and there's also an update to the release schedule. So, for those of you not aware, the Transformers Trading Card game is out and seemingly pretty popular at the moment. And this is let's call it a 0.5 update with unique cards only to it. So what's it got? It's got a Titan-sized card, which is Metroplex, and it's a big bitch, I think is what they call it in the communities, as the card is 143 by 200 millimeters. Oh, that's 5.3 by 7.88 inches. Is that right? Yes.
Or you could have just said 14 by 20 centimeters.
Or you could suck my dick.
Not big enough.
Ah, big enough for you.
It's about twice the size of a normal card.
Yes, it's large. When you say a normal one, Mikey, you mean like a standard Magic the Gathering Pokemon card rather than the character cards.
Well, it's more like 4 times the size of one of those then.
Yeah, it's real fucking big.
You could kill a person with this.
Okay, well, you have some fucking weak people around your area.
Just hold someone down and start cutting.
It also comes with 3 character cards, unique to this set as well, which are Scamper, Slammer, and Six Gun. Those famous boys. And there's also going to be 40 battle cards in the set, which you can mostly find in the other the other games, and most of those cards are in the booster packs, apart from 3, which are not, which are going to be Rally the City, Height Advantage, and Protected by Metroplex. Now, obviously, the reason why those 3 aren't included in the set, or aren't included in the booster packs, is because they are specifically for these character cards, which makes sense. And the last bit of info is it's been pushed up from its release date, which was originally, I think, the 21st of November, something like that. And now it's been pushed up to the 16th of November, so the day after my birthday, interestingly enough. No price yet, unfortunately. There's been no announcement of how much the set is going to cost. But since the game only kind of recently came out, I guess it's kind of good that there is another update for it so quickly. What do you think the reason is? Why would you suspect, Mikey, that the date's being pushed up? Do you think it's to capitalize on the success of it, or another reason, or do you think they're just trying to get rid of it because they haven't done too well? Because I think it's gone across well, but not knowing numbers, just going off what I hear from people talking.
I honestly don't know. Maybe it's popular. Hey guys, this is ready to go now. Why wait?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's very interesting that basically, within 2 months of release, they're already introducing a completely different play dynamic.
Yeah, because we're not quite sure how Metroplex is going to work, because he seems to be currently incredibly broken. Maybe not broken, because he has, like, the average health is apparently like 12 health, and Metroplex has 34.
Well, I mean, like, from what I've heard, this is going to be a thing where Metroplex is, like, if he gets attacks out, you're screwed.
Yeah.
But he's going to be hard to attack with, and your, like, Scamper, Slammer, and Six Gun, or whoever you've got in there, presumably them, because presumably they'll have, like, a type advantage or something, from being in the same deck. Their job is to defend Metroplex.
That makes sense.
So they are sacrificial lambs as much as possible, and then the idea is to get Metroplex involved, but, you know, it won't just be a case, I'll put Metroplex on the table, Metroplex attacks, you win.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case. With the other guys, at least with, which one is it, Scamper, he's got like next to no health.
Yeah.
But he seems to have an ability, so it might not even be the case that they're meant to be sacrificial lambs for Metroplex. Maybe you're meant to use them as specialists, so, you know, it gives boosts to whatever you're doing, whether it's drawing cards or like attacking. Maybe they're just going to hang in the back.
I find it interesting if you don't have at least one of these on your field, can Metroplex attack? I think that would be interesting to work in.
That could be interesting. And people are theorizing, because Metroplex has so much health, he's probably gonna, because you can only have there are stars on the bottom of for those not aware, there are stars on the bottom of the cards, and the amount of stars that you have can only total up to 25 with the current rules. So people are theorizing that Metroplex might be a really high point value card. But
hang on,
but Scamper, Slammer, and Six Gun might be like below the average, because I think the average is like 5, and because at least Scamper is so weak, people are assuming that he'll be a below 5, so maybe like a 2-star card or a 3 or a 4-star card.
Do we have? No,
you can't tell because these stars are on the vehicle side for Metroplex in the city mode.
Okay.
So yeah, you can't tell at the moment. It looks interesting. Looks very interesting. I think it's safe to assume that if this does go on, a Triptychon would probably happen.
Triptychon, Fort Max, and Scorponok, I could see as a whole like sub-range.
Yeah, and I think the good thing about maybe you do it. Here's the thing: would you do it as Wave 1? Metroplex is the stopgap between Wave 1 and Wave 2. Wave 2 happens. Triptychon's the stopgap between Wave 2 and Wave 3. So it's like maybe they'd use it as an end cap.
Maybe, but I'd also like to see more original gameplay approaches.
Sure.
So if my choice was between getting a Triptychon set and getting another set with a new gameplay style, especially when you can combine all these gameplay styles into one experience, I would rather get the innovative game style than another Titan.
So you'd rather a Wave 2?
I would rather that the Titans are spread out more so that they don't kind of clog up.
Kind of like what I'm suggesting, using as an end gap each time. I think that would be a best way, instead of like doing this one and then like a month later say, oh, Triptychon's coming, but it's still got the Wave 1 cards for the battle cards. I think it'd be a good way to be like, Wave 2's happened, it's been out for 2 months or however long it's been out for. Triptychon, Wave 2 battle cards only, plus 3 cards related to Triptychon. I think that.
I think the Titan also opens up some other avenues, not just like city bots.
Yeah.
Because I think the Titan would be a very, very sensible way of doing combiners.
Yeah, potentially. Would you have the card for a combiner the same size as Metroplex, or would you have them bigger than the character cards but smaller than Metroplex?
I would have them as big as Metroplex, but I would also have it like, you have to have all 5 Predacons on the field.
Yeah.
You have to use at least one ability card. You have to, when you bring out Predaking, you withdraw the other 5. Limited time maybe.
Okay, yeah.
And then like, if he takes a certain amount of damage, reduce his attack or his defense or his health or something, and bring out one of the Predacons on reduced offensive.
Yeah, I definitely think you'd need like a super rare card, like battle card, which is just combine.
Yeah, but I think that's for combiner decks, but it's like the combiner comes out and it's like really strong, but as it's taking more damage, it's getting weaker, but you're getting a character back. I think that would be interesting.
Yeah.
So that the Predaking you're using is not as powerful, but he's now backed up by Rampage.
There's interesting potential gameplay mechanics that you could use in adding in combiners, which I'm sure they'll do. Because why wouldn't you? It's more characters you can do, and it just seems like the obvious thing to do at some point along the way.
Especially now we're getting team-based decks.
Yeah, very heavily, like, what they call them, tribal decks, I think that's the pro term for it.
Oh, good. I just call them teams.
Oh, no, they're tribal decks, Mikey. You've got
tribal decks, right.
You've got the Insecticons, which are a tribal deck, and you've got the Dinobots, obviously, which are a tribal deck. At least that's what I've heard from young Wayne.
Why not just call them the actual term used in the actual fiction and just call them subgroups?
Nah. Tribal sounds cool.
Tribal decks.
Tribal decks.
Stop trying to legitimize your card games. Stop trying to pretend this is Magic still. It's not.
I think it sounds cool.
That's because you're an idiot.
I am.
I will accept subgroup, but I will not accept tribal, because tribal is someone who's kind of embarrassed by what they're playing and wants it to. So like, oh, I'm playing a tribal deck, and someone in passing assumes you're playing something else.
Oh, I don't think you're embarrassed by it. I think you've just gone all in. You were so deep in the rabbit hole. You're like, no, man, the tribal decks, man, they're so fucking cool. You don't understand. You don't have a tribal deck. That's why. Where's your fucking Grimlock, motherfucker? You ain't got a tribe. You ain't got shit. That's how I see it. I think that's a good segue, Mikey, into what you been up to this week, Mikey. What you doing? What you doing for fun? Because I will ask you I come to my section about your opinions on that Metroplex decks and if you'll buy it. So first off, what you been doing this week?
Busy again this week, quite busy. So I haven't had much TV time or anything like that, and I decided to take a little bit of an anime break.
Oh,
just taking a week off.
Any reason in particular with the anime break?
Just because I had enough backed up that I just sort of like, okay, I'll watch 1 or 2 major shows, but I just take a week off. I don't see enough things that aren't Japanese screaming boobs.
Fair enough,
to be blunt. And it's just a point where you're just like, what's happening in the Western world? And then you experience it and you go like, okay, I'm going back now. So I did watch Thunderbolt Fantasy, which was the return of the bromance, for want of a better term, which was basically, there was a very good line. It's just like, listen, after all we've been through, friends, how can we not be friends? It's just like, you did nothing but use me, and you were very useful, and that's why you're my friend. Just like, I love this show. I love the show so much. So pretty, such a pretty show, and dragon now, kaiju dragon man. It's really weird to see a guy in a full kaiju suit in this show. But no, like, story, make it what you will, but this show is so stylistically based, I don't care. I like the story of the season 1. I don't think season 2 story is anything to write home about, but they're not trying. They don't care. No, they're like, hey, watch us open this can of beans, and then watch us open this bean can so beautifully that you're just like, my God. That's a fucking nice can of beans.
Yeah.
Like, it's so pretty. Still haven't caught up in Gridman, but apparently Gridman's gone full Macross in the last episode. Like, it was just like, Macross references! Ugh.
I thought the references were here are 4 Jetfires.
I think there's well, I think that depends on who you ask. Because I saw Macross, but I did also see the word Jetfire.
Okay.
So I don't know. Like, is it Shattered Glass Jetfire? Is there a Shattered Glass Jetfire? I don't know. I just know people keep sending me pictures of, like, what's her name, Akane or Ayane or whatever her name is, our cosplay of her, and I'm just like, she'll kill us all.
Is that...
You're all sending me these cute pictures, and she'll kill us all.
It wasn't just me that sent one to you.
Oh no, this is a thing.
Okay.
This is like, hey, it's the Optimus girl. It's just like, no, it's the Shattered Glass Optimus girl.
That's fine.
Who's quite crazy in this show. She's quite mad.
Yandere.
Yeah, Yon the fucking Ray.
Oh man, okay.
Yon the runaway.
It's the pink hair, man. You have pink hair, you're a fucking yandere in anime, it seems.
She laughs a lot.
Oh no. Does she have the yandere laugh?
She has several kinds of laughs.
Oh no. Yeah. I think it's become a thing now. If you have pink hair in anime, you're probably fucking yandere.
There's a lot of laughs. It's just like there's a lot of laughs, and once you hear them, you know what to expect of the character. And that is one of those laughs. TV wise though, Ruby, season 6, episode 1 aired. So yeah, it's going to be available for non-Rooster Teeth members in a week. Yeah, and they've also shown some trailers for their mecha show, which looks really solid. I'm looking forward to that. Ruby, I saw like there's this weird. I think the Ruby fandom is very odd.
Why is that?
Because like when I was checking out after season 5 ended, I decided to check out some reviews and was like, my god, this is the worst season ever. The action's so toned back. And I was like, 1, no, it's not. It's about the same as it was in 2. It was fucking good. Right, and then this was fucking good. And then I saw season 1, and just like, the action in this show's gone real downhill. And then I was just like,
I don't believe it could have from season 1.
Did we see the same show? Because it wasn't... Okay, it was like a grim-focused fight. So it was girls versus monsters, but it was good. And that was a really strong premiere. It had a bit of mystery, had some character development, bit of humor, bit of drama. Guy died. Kind of glad he did. Mm-hmm. He was a bit of a shit. New Grim. Love the new Grim design. Kind of chimeras meet manticores. It's super, super cool. Really strong opening. Sets up some stuff with Adam from season 5. If you've seen Groovy, you'll know who Adam is. So glad it's back. Really love this show. Really looking forward to this season. Also, 22-minute episode right off the bat. Kind of surprising. Like, those are usually reserved for the finale episodes. So I'm wondering if... So, yeah, and it looks really good these days. Like, they've really come into their own with their own animation style. So yeah, Genlock, that's the mecha show. But no, yeah, Ruby back. Very happy about that. I also bought something. While for business related things, I was in Dublin, and as always, whenever I go to Dublin, I just wander into Forbidden Planet and flick through things. And they've remodeled it since the last time I was there, and they now have what can only be described as a Japanese merchandise section, which is the entire basement. So you wander through, there's figure arts, there's Figmas, there's dodgy statues of One Piece characters.
When you say dodgy, are these removable clothes kind of dodgy statues?
I'd say if I wanted to, those clothes would come off, yes.
Okay, good, yes.
There's a lot of Dragon Ball knickknacks and paddywhacks, and got like an entire model set section. Mm-hmm. Model making section.
Have they fallen into the trap which some anime stores tend to, and they just have tat in, and by tat I mean like the not candy toys, but like here's some keychains. Here's like an entire shelf full of keychains and little bags of like little tiny plastic things that don't do anything and don't even really look cool.
They have shelves of that, but I wouldn't say they have a lot of shelves of that.
Well, that's a plus at least.
But so the model section there's just basically robots and Dragon Ball. And the Dragon Ball shares space with the figure arts. But they've got almost the entire figure art standard line.
Oh, okay. Wow.
I saw Broly, Krillin, both androids, all 3 versions of Vegeta, at least 1 Goku, Piccolo, Cell, Frieza, Boo, Gohan was there. Yeah, I think they've got all... Like, they're missing Super Saiyan Blue Goku, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and I think one or two others. They don't have the little crash pod Vegeta thing.
Okay.
And then their mech section was just like Evangelion and so many Gundams.
I bet not even half the Gundams though.
Not even a percentage of the Gundams. But like they had God Gundam, but it was like build fighters God Gundam, and it's just like that's not God Gundam.
Oh, which one? Because is it the Burning Gundam? Because that's a pretty fucking good model.
Yeah, but where is my man with his giant hand of justice?
Yeah, he's on my shelf. I've got him. He's really good.
And where is Master Asia? I saw no Asias. I saw no masters of them.
He's on my shelf. He's pretty good too.
Yeah, but
the reason they're not there is because they're a few years old at the moment now, I guess.
Yeah, but they should make more.
They should.
More Master Asia. More horse. Whatever the horse's name was.
Fun Psyche. They should make more Windmill Gundam as well.
For anyone who doesn't know, there was a horse. Giant mecha horse piloted by a horse.
Yep. It's a good show. So it's fun.
That is the best Gundam show, and I will fight you in the street if you disagree. Fight you in the street. I don't care about your Mobile Century Gundam nonsense.
Oh, no. It's either that or Build Fighters Season 1. Build Fighters Season 1's really good.
They are the best ones. So I was just flicking through, and then I saw the prices. Because they had Papa Gagai, which is the bear Gagai with a mustache and a cane and a hat. He's supposed to go with Mama Gagai and Baby Gagai.
That's right.
And he was overpriced.
How much was he?
I would rather not say.
Say it, Mikey. We're not sponsored by Forbidden Planet.
I think he was 45, 50.
No.
Yeah.
No.
They had regular bear guy for 35.
Which one's regular bear guy?
Yellow.
Oh, that's 3.
2.
No, 3.
It was 2. It was 2. I think it was type 2.
Sure
Basically,
the one with the pink ribbon on his back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 3. I'm pretty sure it's 3.
I was looking at Papa Gagai and I was just like, I want you in my life, but I also want to be able to get the train home.
Oof. Yeah, get it from HLJ, even with shipping and import. That's still cheaper.
Yeah. They had 3 rebuild Evangelion sets.
Ew.
Yeah, but they were priced at like 60, 70 euros.
Ew.
And I was like, yeah, weirdly enough, like 02 was more expensive than 01.
Really?
Yeah, the 01 was 55.
But
02 was 65.
But Mikey, that Rado.
No, Ray 0.
Is she?
Raised up. Yeah, she was.
Oh, so it's Asuka.
Yeah.
Ew, even worse, Asuka.
And they had like master grade and perfect build and everything else, and Gundams were getting into crazy prices. I was just like, I'm leaving this. Like, I nearly bought this little like €8 version of the Gagais.
Mm-hmm.
Like these tiny little, they're not even model kits, they're just like desk things. And I was just like, but I'll hate you because you're not the one I love.
Yeah.
So I just walked off and I started looking at Dragon Ball stuff. And their figure arts prices are ridiculous.
Yeah, you told me about it over a DM and I was like,
€112.
For whom?
For Jiraiya.
No.
No. Like, Jiraiya New didn't cost that.
No.
Like, that's like aftermarket bloody Genom prices. And you know what? For that money, I'll pay for an aftermarket bloody Genom.
Sure.
But I was flicking through the figure eye standards, and some of the prices again were crazy. Like Krillin's €40. Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, €45.
Mm-hmm.
Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, €25 for some reason. Piccolo, the androids were about €40 each, and I was just like, okay, great. I picked up one of the boxes of Super Saiyan Blue, Vegeta, and he was €25. And I was just like, you know what? I'd pay more than that with him for shipping.
Yeah.
Because he'd be about 20 off Ami Ami, and then you're paying shipping on top of that.
Yeah.
Or Mandarake,
and you might get hit by import potentially as well, so...
Yeah. And, like, there's a new version of this coming out to go with the new movie, but it's no different. It's, like, I think Goku's got a little remolding, but Vegeta, it's just the paint and the hair. They've painted the hair. So I got this guy I just said, fuck it. Yeah, for that price. Yeah. So he is interesting because I've got Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, and he came out first, Super Saiyan 4. He was early on in the line. This guy's a redo of the Super Saiyan Vegeta, who was newer, and you can really tell, like, the engineering is way more... There's way more emphasis on visuals over articulation.
Yeah.
Like there's different cuts. He's slightly more restricted in the waist. He doesn't have a double like the ability to like full curl on his arm like the Vegeta does, the Super Saiyan 4 does. There's a couple of same parts like thighs and the hands, but overall like it's interesting. Really fun build.
Mm-hmm.
Looks pretty solid. Love they put this lovely metallic plastic on the blue hair. Really would like to get a stand for him. But he looks really nice, and he looks really, really good next to Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. I would be tempted to pick up the base Super Saiyan, I won't lie. But something really...
Cell. Perfect Cell's really good.
He was 50.
I mean, not for that price.
But something that surprised me, like, so he comes with a Final Flash and a Big Bang, right? And Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta comes with a Final Shine and a Big Bang. And I was assuming this whole time that they were the same effect part, just recolored.
Are they not?
No, completely different.
They look the same though from the packaging.
They're completely different. Like the Final Flash, you get an extra piece in the front that rounds off the entire thing. The Big Bangs are completely different. Like really, really surprised. I was just ready to get the same bloody effects, but the engineering's the same on them. But no, like he's a really nice thing. I'm really liking Figure Eyes. Like I liked it before because I had the big Fang Joker, but like this nice 6-inch scale stuff, like it's really cool. I'm waiting for their X8 to come out. I think that'll be nice. Also, one sticker.
Yeah.
Which is some like the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta has quite a few stickers on him. This guy, one sticker, and it's for the red of the mouth.
I think it helps that for the most part, the Dragon Ball figures have fairly simple designs in a lot of ways. But it's definitely a boon that you don't need to worry about stickering, because that's always a pain in the ass.
I mean, I could paint him and clean up the nubs and everything like that, but I'm not that guy. It's just not my skill set. But like I've got him in a nice pose with Super Saiyan 4 at the moment. I really wanted both Blue and 4 together. I'd really like to pick up Super Saiyan. I'd love a base one, but I don't think they've done one.
Right.
But yeah, I'm sure for the movie they'll do God.
I would think so, yeah.
Because again, it's just a red repaint. But no, like I would say, if you're going to try Figure Eye Standard, some version of the Vegeta molds, I would definitely give them a go. Andy says Cell is good. The androids, I can see why they are a bit tricky, having seen them the artwork now in person.
Yeah, they're more limited.
But I also think like they're very unique in their molding in compared to the rest of the line.
Yeah, Broly's pretty good as well.
Broly.
And I prefer the aesthetics of him over the figure arts one tremendously. So he doesn't have a little pea head.
They're bringing that's something they've announced that they're doing. I think it's mostly a new mold as well of the new Broly design.
All right, well for Figure Eyes. Okay.
But I checked. There's very little crossover in the parts.
He is a different design, so that would make sense.
But yeah, so that was my week. Sorry, a bit rambly there. Andy, what about you?
What have I done? I finished watching Hero Academia Season 3. 3? 4? 3? 3. I finished that. That was fine. It had, I think you said it before, Mikey, it had like one decent moment, and the rest was just like, we're retreading over Season 1 again, effectively. It was.
Do you love Bakugo?
I do not love Bakugo. I think he is a shit stain on the series. He's just like Sasuke. He's a fucking shit stain.
But that he's so much like Vegeta.
He's really not. He's really not. He's really not.
We tease from love.
We do.
Tease from love. Not for love of characters, but love for you, our listeners.
Yes. Yeah, like Sasuke is the emo version. Like this sad, wimpy, he thinks he's better than everybody else, and Bakugo's on the opposite end of the scale where he thinks he's better than everybody else, he's just loud and annoying. I hate him. He's a dreadful character. And no matter how hard the anime tries to pretend that I should like him, I will not buy into it. He is awful. I'm actually surprised he hasn't done anything evil yet.
Well, I get the idea of it. It's like, hey, here's that guy you think is going to be the bad guy, but ultimately he's on the hero road himself.
Yeah.
But He's on the hero road basically because he's being told he's perfect and is being allowed to do anything. Like, he's never had a single repercussion for anything he's done.
Yeah, like you said, he's had nothing against him. Everyone's been on his side. Everyone lets his shit slide as well. No one calls him on his shit.
Yeah, and the shit he's pulled is horrific.
Yeah.
What he did to other people. Like, a guy offered to help him, not rescue him, offered to pick him up off the ground for falling in the water.
Yeah.
And he then he nearly murdered him.
That was a slight against him, which he then bullied the person for throughout elementary school, middle school, and then into high school, and still kind of does it. Not as badly, but still.
Is now like, oh, I need you to be my friend. I love you. You're one of my closest friends.
Yeah. No. It's awful. But the All Might stuff was really good. I like that. That was good. I mean, All Might's arguably the best thing of the show, I think.
I like Midoriya. I do like him.
He's okay. Like, he's going through the kind of stereotypical shonen story, so it's not a huge shock. He's okay, but I think for me, All Might's the real crux of the story. He's the thing that's really keeping me coming back all the time, because I think he's an interesting character. He's got a lot going on.
Which is weird, because he's what turned me off the show originally.
Oh, really? Okay.
Because I honestly thought, when I was seeing previews and stuff, I honestly thought he was going to be such a stereotypical, shouty nonsense parody superhero.
You could see that, yeah, but then you find out that that's not what he is at all.
No, God, no. He's, like, really good.
Yeah, he's very interesting. But yeah, I'll probably keep watching it when season 4 comes around, but I'm not as excited as where I came off of season 2.
Same here.
But, we'll see how that goes. I think that was all of the watchy stuff I did this week. Of real interest in Goith, because there's no... My animes are done. I've caught up on all the animes I've been wanting to, and now I'm just waiting for the animes that I want to watch, which are out, to fucking get through some episodes. There's so many anime that I'm really interested in watching, but it's just gotta wait.
It's an interesting looking season.
It really is. There's a lot of stuff that I'm potentially very invested in. But as always, I much prefer to binge these shows, because some shows are detrimental to not watching a binge. But yeah, what else have I been up to this week? Oh, I got in through the post. Mikey, you may remember this. Do you remember, it would have been months ago at this point, when at the end of the show I went, okay, let's pre-order Chronos.
Yes.
My Chronos came in.
I'm still waiting for my get 'em.
Which one are you getting again?
Level 0.
Oh, right, okay, with his silver pants. Man, Mikey. Man, Mikey.
That bad, huh?
Oh, he's awful. Oh, he's so pretty. He's so pretty. Because in my mind, even though I've had the Exade level 2 for a while now, in my mind, the last memory I have of figure arts was Zangetsu, who had myriads of problems. At least mine did anyway. He had myriads of issues, and he was very... he just didn't feel good to touch, to play with at all. This isn't like this. The figure arts now are way more in proportion, and they feel a lot more solid. I guess my only issue with Chronos is I would have much preferred his, what do you want to call it, dress, cape, cloak? What would you call it? Because it's not really a cape, but the thing around his waist, I would have liked that to have been a material rather than hard plastic, as of course that does limit the articulation. But he can do a lot of interesting poses. And the other downside he has is he doesn't come with a either scaled up or slightly remolded Zwei driver.
That's a shame.
Yeah, he comes with no accessories effectively, apart from the extra belt.
That's weird.
Yeah, because he doesn't even, like, he has at the very least, I would have thought, since you can remove the Zwei from the belt buckle, I would have thought they'd at least give you a handle to put it on, but they don't.
That's weird. I mean,
it's odd.
Like, it's included with another figure, but it's like, why would you ever do that when it's so integral to the character?
Especially since even if it's just the handle, even if you don't want to remold so the chainsaw part is out more, okay. I think that's disappointing, but the handle's such a small bit of plastic, I definitely think it's a shame. It's a bit of a knock against it. He only comes with 3 sets of hands as well, which isn't a huge amount. He comes with the punchy hands. Annoyingly enough, he comes with holdy things hands.
Oh, I know why.
So he can hold everybody's weapons, basically. So he can hold Snipe's gun and whatnot.
Why would he hold those, Andy?
Who knows? Who knows? And then his other hands are kind of the open hand, calm hands things.
The Zapanda.
The Zapanda hands. So I can only imagine the reason why he doesn't come with more stuff is because of how much it costs to make the extra bits for him.
Maybe it's because what if he doesn't come with extra stuff because he comes with an extra driver?
I mean, that could be a thing as well. Because I mean, how much does a belt cost versus a normal standard accessory?
Don't know.
Because it is multiple parts. Because you have the belt, and then I assume the gamer driver can probably pop off the belt, and then it comes with 2 gashots that go in that belt as well. So maybe I mean they're not full gashots; they're the weird half gashots that you get for the figure arts. But maybe that's how the budget kind of balanced itself out, which is a shame. I do think it's a shame. But at the end of the day, it's a really pretty fucking Kronos figure, and I'm very pleased with him. And it did make me go, so for my birthday, when I get some money, do I just buy level 1 billion? Do I do that?
Do it. It looks amazing.
I know, but then it's like, do I buy Diatlas? Because Diatlas Legends looks really cool, and I'll get a Sakamoto comic as well.
You will get a Sakamoto. You might get a Sakamoto comic.
I mean,
but you will get tired of Diatlas quicker
than Dan.
Then you. Like, I'm waiting for that toy to arrive because apparently, like, the standee of him inside it, it's the first thing you see when you open the box.
The standee?
Yeah, there's a little standee of him, like, raising his arms to the heavens.
Oh, nice, okay.
And when you open the box, it's the first thing you see.
I can't remember, was Level 0 a standard release or online?
No, exclusive. Like, I paid for this, like, in April.
Okay.
But yeah, like, if I had the money, I would so be getting like, it made me laugh. Tamashii Nations, like,
yes,
they had their big figure art stand display, and everything was like, guys, we've got every get 'em.
Yep.
Like, you've got level X0, we've even got Gates get 'em. Oh, you fuck Exade. But, because Exade's one is build.
Really?
But it's, yeah, but it was just like, hey guys, we know you love him.
I mean, there is still a reason why God Maximum isn't out yet. Yeah, there's a reason.
God, you never have thought, like, 2 years ago they'd release the exclusive from a V Cinema before the actual main figure.
Yeah, a villain character.
No.
Do you remember the time when they just didn't do villains?
Morally ambiguous.
Yep. No, yeah.
He's not a villain. He's just really shit at being a hero at that stage.
For a vast portion, if you've just watched the show, for a vast portion of it, he's a villain.
He's a wonderful man who means well.
Yeah.
Badly.
Yes, he's not what you call socially apt.
And I have never been more worried about seeing a Kamen Rider episode than seeing his episodes coming up.
Yeah, I expect, like, just kind of Here's the thing.
Because it's Geo doing Genom and O's in one episode. They are trying my patience.
The thing about the Tamashii thing, yes, it's another version of Zombie. Don't really care because the standard market value, as you've mentioned before, for that version is stupid. So I might be able to afford this one, and it won't. But I would laugh if it also came with a buggle visor as well. It won't.
That would be great.
It won't, because that would be a real spit in the face of the people that got the first version. But it still almost feels like it is. Because the only difference is he has a slightly different belt. That's it. Unless he comes with less stuff because of that belt, like Genom, then Kronos, then I'm just
trying to. Well, he's an exclusive, so you expect him to come with more stuff.
You would expect it, and technically the hands are already done. There's no reason why he shouldn't come with all that stuff.
Like none of his parts will be new because you've got the main body, you've got the hands, you've got the belt, and then you've got the sword. All of which are already there.
Yeah.
And if he comes with the sword at all, I would. You know what? Do it. Throw it in. They've done stuff like this before. Throw it in. A second release. Have it.
I'd be pumped for it. Because at minimum, if I didn't get grade 1 billion, I definitely would want the Dangerous Zombie.
Oh yeah, and remember, if nothing else, it's Dangerous Zombie from when he was truly full down.
Oh yeah, he'd gone dick deep.
Yeah.
Dick deep.
So it's not like it's a bad version of the character.
And don't get me wrong, it's not that I wouldn't want other figure arts from the line, but trying to be sensible to a point.
Like
Just focus on the most important characters.
a character.
Well, I got his dad. He's a pretty important character.
His dad is important in the sense of his dad is a terrible human being.
Zep Panda.
The panda. Oh, I love the actor for that. He got so into it.
He did.
And like, did
Good
you
for
see
you
the
too.
live show he did for the Kamen Rider 2018 anniversary or something?
To be honest, I'm not sure because I've seen a few, but not all the way through. I've seen a few of the live shows, but never all the way through. So, some of them just kind of blend together.
It was a concert. That was all it was.
Oh, okay.
And he came out. He wasn't doing Cronus's theme song.
Wasn't
He
doing
was
Justice.
doing. No, he was. I think he was doing wishing in the dark.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
But he came down, and I don't know if at the start or the end, he just suddenly starts going nuts, and at the end, he just points at the whole crowd. Zapanda!
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's when you realize that Japan's audience for children's shows is just so openly different. When you realize that's a lot of adults screaming.
Yeah, it's
Like, I can hear the occasional child, but there's a lot of adults in there.
granted. They're all like us, so they're all fucking losers.
Yeah.
But
But they've all got those little lights.
Yeah, they
They've
do.
all got their lights.
Yeah.
That they're shaking, and they just say, "We love you."
I'd love to go to one of those things. I
Oh
want to go
my
to a
God.
TokuCon and I wouldn't be able to speak any Japanese. So I'd just be this weird little white boy.
Going
Man.
gaijin?
But I'd be great to meet. I could meet Dan, and he'd be nice enough to understand. Not nice enough, but he'd be knowledgeable enough to converse with me.
Yeah, or you can meet Kabuto.
Kabuto is in the original Kabuto guy.
If he goes to cons.
I'm not super interested in Kabuto, though.
He's just like, do you speak English? Yes, quite well.
No.
I didn't like your show.
I didn't care for you.
I've been loving. Can you translate for me?
Yes, follow me around. Translate to these better Kamen Rider shows, please. Please do
They've
that.
got Ank's actor there, and you're just like, tell him I love him.
I just imagine, see, if you saw Ang's actor, I'd just imagine you crying in a corner, just weeping.
He doesn't know what I'm saying.
He deserves better.
Man.
The only other thing I did this week was I decided, because Wayne was kind enough to send me the starter set, that I should do a dumb thing and buy some booster packs.
Oh,
And
Andy.
also, because the starter set is terrible because it only has Autobots in.
Oh, Andy.
And I hate Autobots. Goddamn capitalist Autobots.
Where's me communist?
Where's my Decepticommies? Freedom for all, communism.
Oh,
Woo!
no. I'd like to apologize for Andy to the world
No,
for that.
you can't apologize to the world. It's too
I
late.
would just like to say he does not represent the views of the Moonbase 2.
I am the Moonbase too.
And we do not approve terrible, terrible portmanteaus.
No, we don't. But in my 5 packs, I'll just talk. I won't talk about the battle cards because it's too difficult to mention all of those. I was lucky enough to get all Decepticons, so I was fairly pleased with that. No one's super rare. The rarest one I got was an uncommon, which was Skywarp. So I was like, oh, that's neat. Skywarp. But I got Bombshell. I got Flame War, which I was like,
Nice.
Licked my lips a little there. Went, oh,
Don't care if she's any good.
Right.
Nice.
Exactly. Skywarp, as I mentioned. Ramjet. There is one problem, though, with Ramjet.
Is it the best Ramjet?
What do you think the problem is?
I mean, my problem is that he doesn't have a terrible plan.
See, the reason why he isn't good is he doesn't have a special ability to summon constructor bots.
I know they have a carrot. I've seen pictures of it.
It should only be for Ramjet. It should only be for Ramjet.
But
no
it
one
needs
else.
to be but it needs to be like a fake out on a fighting game where like you use it, nothing happens.
No, it happens. Yeah, it surprises you.
And then for some reason, the card randomly destroys itself.
That'd be great. And then I have the common version of Megatron, because one issue I do have with the card game, and it's not really an issue with the card game, it's an issue with the idea behind it. Is there are 3 versions of Bumblebee you can get.
Okay.
I wish they were different incarnations of Bumblebee. Like, I don't know, Bumblebee from, not the movie, but like a completely different visual design for him. There are different, I think they are different art, but I think they are a very, you know how You've got the starter set, don't you? So you know
Yeah,
how Bumblebee is basically the classics one.
Yeah.
I think, but I'm not 100% sure because I don't have the card info offhand. I think the other versions of Bumblebee look very similar to him.
Do you think this is a problem just because they're still sourcing the art primarily from the Legends game?
I definitely think that is an issue. The one benefit I do have is I never played the Legends game, so at least the art is new to me, but I think it would be better if there was more unique stuff. And I think if it goes on, if it continues, we'll see more unique art because they'll fucking have to. You know, there'll be no choice at the end of the day but to produce new artwork for it. So, I'm probably going to be getting more because I had a problem as a child as I like to collect cards. And there is something incredibly satisfying about fucking big cards, Mikey.
Yeah.
It's like I'm
Although don't do that
5 years.
with your cards, Andy.
I'm like 5 years old and I've got these normal size cards, but they look so big to my 5-year-old brain. I have bought some card protectors as well for them, some top loaders, I think they're called. Because I don't know if you've noticed.
Tribal top loader.
Fucking tribal top loaders. You may not have noticed, but the cards slightly bend.
Yes.
So that's really why I'm getting them, because I'd like to put them in something to cease the bending, as it were. Protect them at the very least. I already had a card binder from Jurassic Park collector cards back in the day.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I can't remember what I did with them. I told Nicole last night, and she said I should surprise you with them. And I said I would have done if I could remember where they were. I may have got rid of them years ago. Because I think I had, if not all of those movie cards, a massive amount of them. I had a lot of them. So I've put all of my battle cards in there. I do have enough to make some kind of semblance of a deck, but nothing as specific as what most of the people online are doing or anything like that. So I'm not doing anything super fancy with these decks. But I'm hearing people on podcasts be like, yeah, maybe, I don't know. I started by just buying a box, you know.
Don't be Yoshi and don't be Aaron.
And Chris. And other people.
Chris. These are all poor
and Wayne.
people.
Wayne did that. He split a box with someone.
He is their king.
Wayne's the dirty king of cards.
Wayne is the guy who's like in dark alleys opening out. You wanna buy a booster?
He's the fucking evangelist of cards. Do you remember when Chris was just like, "Hey, do you want to watch this thing, the stupid bugmen from Japan called Kamen Rider?"
Watch my figure arts week, guys. It won't get it.
And Wayne's just like, oh well, you don't have to buy cards, but I mean,
it'd be nice if we could play a game together maybe when we're at a convention. I mean, I'm not saying that you're a bad friend if you don't buy these card games, but it would be really nice if I could feel included in your conversations by playing these card games. And none of you really want to play Cards Against Humanity anymore.
No.
But, it's fine. You don't have to buy them.
No
I'll
one
just sit
wanted
over
to
here counting.
No one with intelligence wanted to play Cards Against Humanity.
I like Cards Against Humanity.
No, it's a boring game. There's nothing to it. It's a one-game wonder. Yeah, one game of it. You're shocked by what's on the cards, and then you're done with it.
Yeah, but you get new cards.
That is a terrible. That is a good business strategy, but that is a terrible consumer strategy.
That is the entire strategy of Cards Against Humanity.
Pretty
you
much.
Get new cards. You basically either you get new cards, you don't play it a lot, so you forget what's on the cards.
Or you play with a lot of different people who haven't played it a lot.
That way you don't get to have the fun.
Yeah, you get to see other people's reactions to it and you get to have that enjoyment. But that's why I hated Cards Against Humanity, because it's literally a one-hit wonder and I was made to play it like 5 times. I played it once because I was interested, then after that I was just like, I don't care. None of these things are that offensive to me. Because I'm a horrible person deep down. So any of these, like, he has sex with her, blah, 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 something. I'm just like, yeah, I could have done a worse one than that if I wanted to. And
in the background, just behind your ears, you're just getting bored of Cards Against Humanity.
I brought out this deck and we could maybe sit down together and play it, but it's fine. You seem to be busy with this game you're clearly enjoying.
Kill me! Kill me! Oh, Andy, he's such a joker. I'm not joking. He is the knife.
He's just got a card against humanity. He's just got it against his throat. I'll do it. I'm crazy.
I'll eat the card and jam it in my throat.
Let me leave,
please. But that will do us for this week, Mr. Mikey, I think. I will probably be talking more about cards as I get more in the future. That's probably
you are This is like when Chris discovered Magic the Gathering, and I'm just watching the madness ensue again.
See, I was shown, I played a game of Magic the Gathering with Wayne at not Auto Assembly, TF Nation, and there was just too much going on. There was so much stuff going on, and I just wasn't invested in it. Because Transformers is a very simple game, effectively, which you then build upon. I'm sure they will build upon. I find it much more interesting to get into, or easier to get into, and it also helps that it's about fucking robots. So even if I don't get to play that much...
Is there a robot deck in Magic?
I don't know.
I'd be surprised.
surprised.
Magic's fine. I just seem to be the one person who can just play it casually.
It just didn't do it for me when I played it with Mr. Wayne. This looks more interesting. At least to me. At least it's a bit more on the simple side to get into. And like I say, it's got Transformers in, so that's a boon as well. So, Mr. Mikey, where can people find you on the internet if you want them to? Because we've waffled clearly long enough.
You can find me on Twitter as Irish Paler, on YouTube as GWolfie3. If you'd like to contact us, guys, the methods are as follows. You can send us an email at themoonbase2@gmail.com. You can send us a Twitter at Moonbase2. You can send us something on Patreon at Moonbase2 Patreon. You can probably PM me or Andy, and we'll ignore it because we're bad people. But
Wow.
yeah, and guys, get in contact with us. We love to hear from you.
Yeah, we actually had some bits. I saw people retweeting and saying nice things about us on Twitter as well, which was nice.
Filthy scum.
We also had another message from Jason Kirk, who said some nice things about our From the Files of Teletran 2 episode.
What terrible things did he say?
He said, I cannot stress enough to you two how much I enjoyed this episode, especially how honest you both were regarding whether you liked a comic or not. Granted, part of that might be that it makes me feel slightly more vindicated for giving up on Lost Light, but nothing I've heard from the recaps I listened to from you or any of the other shows that discuss it make me feel like I'm missing out. In fact, I'm shocked to hear that anyone thought Lost Light 23 was good, because it didn't sound good. Which one was 23? Was 23 the one I really hated?
The 23 was the one you really hated,
Okay.
and I was trying to be forgivingly understanding of the fact it's 17 plots in one book.
I'm sure there
Too
were.
many
I'm
plots.
sure there were a lot of people that enjoyed it, but it was not my cup of tea, and clearly not Jason's either. And he finishes off by saying, "I'm also completely in agreement with you guys regarding Unicron. It's a great book."
Yeah,
You can only
really
hear
does.
that on the Patreon show, but it do horrible plug.
Yeah, pay us money.
But yeah, like Mikey said, you can contact us through many a way, so I may as well knock off my little thing of CCTFW on Twitter, Cobra Commander TFW on YouTube. You can find us on the Moonbase 2 forums, on Twitter, on iTunes, on Facebook, on Libsyn, on YouTube as Moonbase 2 Transformers Podcast. You can find us on Patreon as well, as patreon.com/moonbase2, and obviously do $2 each month. And you get From the Files of Teletran 2 extended, because it's got the Unicron stuff in, and a week early. You also got interviews and specials up a week early as well. And you also get Moonbase Woo Woo, which unfortunately my friend backed out of and kept pushing back. So I'm going to have to find out something Halloween-y to do, before Halloween. So no pressure there.
Wow.
Haha.
There seems to be a pattern emerging at the moment.
So until next week, everybody, we will see you next week, or hear us next week.
Remember, people, always make sure your food is fully cooked. Take it from experience.
Poopin'.
You are now the